I've gone back and forth about whether to share this, but I think I need to put it somewhere. This happened when I was a sophomore at a school in the Northeast. I won't say which one. I was in a sorority, an English major, and I took my academics seriously because I wanted to get into law school. That context matters. Last semester I enrolled in an upper-level course on English Romanticism. The class was small, about 25 students, mostly juniors and seniors. The professor led the lectures, but most of the real teaching happened during discussion sections run by the TA. His name was Raw. That was genuinely what everyone called him. Late 20s, lanky, awkward, the kind of guy who felt perpetually out of place. Participation in class was usually dead. People waited in silence until Raw filled it, which made him visibly uncomfortable. He'd cold call students and get irritated when they didn't know the material. There was one exception, a guy named Luke, tall, brown-haired, fraternity guy, but different from the usual stereotype. He did the readings. He made jokes at exactly the right moments. He had presence. Because participation affected my grade, I was one of the few others who spoke regularly. It was usually me, Luke, and a couple of others carrying discussion. Raw seemed to appreciate it. He nodded when I spoke. He built on my points. It felt validating. For my first essay, I wrote about ambiguity in Wordsworth's Tintern Abbey. Nothing groundbreaking, but I was proud of it. When I got it back, Raw had written long, thoughtful comments in the margins. Not just corrections, actual agreement. That's when things began to shift. Raw started paying more attention to me, calling on me more, holding eye contact longer than necessary, asking questions that felt personal. I told myself I was imagining it. Taz favors students all the time. Around that same time, I started seeing Luke everywhere. Our sorority and his fraternity overlapped constantly. Mixers, parties, date nights. He was always there. Eventually, we started talking more, and after a few weeks, he asked me to dinner. We went on a few dates. He was sweet, attentive, uncomplicated. We started sleeping together. It felt normal. One afternoon after class, I saw Luke standing behind the lecture hall smoking with Raw. They were talking like they knew each other. That struck me as strange. Luke said he was just trying to get on Raw's good side. I brushed it off. A few weeks later, I noticed Luke's phone lying beside him while he slept, a YouTube video playing. Curiosity got the better of me. I went through it. That's when I found the photos. Some were normal, others weren't, and some I had no memory of taking at all. I didn't confront him that night. I just went back to sleep, feeling unsettled. A week later, I guessed his password and went deeper. That's when I found the messages. Photos of me, sent repeatedly, to an unsaved number. I took screenshots. I woke him up screaming, and then everything collapsed. My name is Mike. I'm 22, and I live with my parents in Northern California. Not the California you picture. Snow, forests, isolation. Nearest neighbor is 10 minutes away. 2 weekends ago, my parents flew out of the country for a wedding. A weekend alone sounded nice. The first night was fine. The second night, I went to bed early. I woke up in the middle of the night, which never happens. My phone was on airplane mode. Something else woke me. The room was pitch black. Then I noticed my closet door was open. I always close it. Always. My heart started pounding. I reached for my phone and turned on the flashlight. I screamed. Two figures were standing at the edge of my bed. The moment the light hit them, they scattered in opposite directions. Fast, too fast. I flailed the light, trying to keep it on them. I heard something clatter to the floor. They ran. I chased them into the hallway. I heard the front door slam. By the time I reached the living room, they were gone. I locked myself in my room and called 911. When the lights came on, I saw what had fallen to the floor. One of my mom's kitchen knives. The police searched the house. No forced entry. Everything locked except the front door. The officer suggested I must have forgotten to lock it. I know I didn't. It's been 2 weeks. I still do not understand why someone would break in just to stand over me with a knife. That's not theft. That's something else. My name is Natasha. I turned 23. This started 3 months ago, after I moved into my first solo apartment in Columbus, Ohio. 2nd floor, parking lot view. Nothing special. A few weeks in, I noticed a guy. Grey hoodie. Late 30s. Average. Nothing remarkable. I saw him again by the dumpsters. Then again in the parking lot. Then again sitting in a navy blue sedan, looking up at my building. I told myself I was paranoid. Then I saw him at my Chipotle, 15 minutes from my apartment, not near anything else. He watched me eat. When I left, he gathered his things too. I drove home a different route, sat in the dark watching the parking lot. The next morning, the sedan was there again. I called the police. They found nothing. A week passed. Then I found the note. You should really close your blinds at night. I moved out 2 weeks later. A month after that, I saw the sedan again. 2 blocks from my parents' house. I know it was the same car. I don't know how he found me. I don't know if he's gone. And I don't know if this story has an ending yet.